Martin from Secrets, the channel for learning about trading and investing. Welcome to a new episode of Markets Tomorrow. And this is where we look at the markets, what happened during the day, and how we can plan for a better trade tomorrow. And this analysis for December 31st, Friday, 2021, tomorrow. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and share to your friends. Thank you. So we had a flat close today, and today was the last expiry of the year in the month. So how did it go? Let's get into more details. Yeah, as usual, we'll be looking at the pre-market analysis for tomorrow based on all of these parameters. So you see here on the left side. In addition, we will look at all of these data analysis also, and we'll wrap up with some actions as well. Right. So what is the price action today? You can see that there is another doji that is found on the Nifty. Here also a small body candle indecisive in the gap on the BANKNIFTY remains the same on the Nifty. It is still holding the 20 moving average, but it is closed below the previous candle close. Here also it came slightly above the previous candle. That's all you can see. So what happened? It's just 10 points down, 20 points up. That's what Nifty and BANKNIFTY has done today. Flat day. Indecisive doji continues to be on Nifty. Small doji indecisive candle continue to be there, and the gap resistance for the BANKNIFTY also continue to be there for the BANKNIFTY. Right, 35k levels, 35,000 levels was made for the BANKNIFTY. 70,200 levels was made for the Nifty. Intraday, what happened? BANKNIFTY and BANKNIFTY actually dipped. This is what happened intraday. Right? It dipped 50 points, gained 100 points, and then went flat. Dipped. So this range was some 50 points range. It was hovering around this 50 point range. Here it was hovering around this 300 point range. Dipped and then tried to move up. There was some trending move up, but did not go too much, right? Because of the gap resistance. So that's the price action. Both of them dipped first, recovered, failed to sustain, and went flat in 50 range and 30 range for Nifty and BANKNIFTY respectively. Volatility. Look at the Bollinger Bands. It's a sideways or consolidation indicator on Nifty. Here it's bearish indication as it is going down, far away from the median of 20 moving average. Here still comfortably third day above the 20 moving average, above 7,200. So it's indicative of bearishness and on BANKNIFTY and sideways consolidation on the Nifty, right? So support resistances, making note of the levels. Right now we are at resistance on 7,200 to 7,300 that band, and then above that you have 7,350-400, and above that you have critical 17,500 to 7,600, and above that we can say that the markets have made the bottom and reverse complete. Continuing the upward move. The bottom downside 17,000 is going to be the first major support zone. After that 1600 could hold with Fibonacci level, and after that again 16,700, 16,750, and then 16,500 to 650, and then last previous single low of 16,450, 550, that range, right? On BANKNIFTY, making out of the levels at 35,000 is where, and 35,300, that level is where it's right now, it's resistance zone. Above that 35,600 and 35,900, that's on, and then after that you have 36 it's a Fibonacci 50 level, 36,600 levels, right? So that's the resistance upside. Downside you have 34,350 to 750, which is Fibonacci 61 levels as the first major support, and downside you have 34,100 kind of levels. After that you have 33,300 kind of levels. If that slips, that's resistance in the support levels for the BANKNIFTY. Momentum you see, you can see that it's in the sideways for the Nifty, and it's still in the various zones on the BANKNIFTY in the short term daily, right? There is also a 15 bar momentum reverse direction that you can see in the Nifty and the BANKNIFTY, which is work in progress. Medium term, the momentum is still in the sideways. Trend indicator ADX is showing that it is in the bearish zones. DMI negative is dominating, and it is not increasing strength since the green ADX strength indicator is dipping down. But it's bearish in the Nifty and BANKNIFTY also. In BANKNIFTY you can see that the bearishness is increasing. In the medium term, it is anyway It's a trend overall short and medium term bearishness is there in the Nifty and the Bank Nifty. So the trend has not changed at all. 100% as indicated by the ATX on the short term and the medium term also. Both are kind of it's dominating the day and night, right? So that's what we have to wait for. When is that change happening? Right? Now volatility fixes moved up slightly to 2%. That's all, and 16.56 is maintained. Embedded volatility 16.47, and IVP also has dipped to slightly more to 49.8 compared to yesterday. So it's a flat ending for the VIX, and still it's maintaining the 50 and the 20 volatility range. Right. Operating data is this. Remember that this is for the January 6, 2022. It's a mistake here. It's not 21. January 6, 2022. Open interest data may not be very relevant because trading is not in full-fledged action. It's going to be actually traded from tomorrow. So the data may not be accurate, but it gives a rough figure as of now. 17,200 is for the highest put rating is out that 17,000 is having the highest put rating, and then the resistance seen at 17,200 where the call rating is there maximum, and then 18,000 where the call rating is there after that maximum. Put call ratio is 0.97. It's kind of bullish. Short build up is what you saw in the futures. Operators build up data today. On the futures, Bank Nifty 35,000 is the highest put rating, 34,000 also has got good put rating. Call levels 36,000 is highest call rating, resistance seen, and 35,000 after that highest call rating. 0.73 is not bullish. Long build up is what surprisingly what happened in the futures of interest in the Bank Nifty. That's the open interest data. So correlate this with the levels that we'll discuss on the support and resistance. Then, but this open interest data for January 6th may not be, since tomorrow is going to be the first day. It is not, so just don't may not be to be really far indicative, you can say, right? Yeah, so it's all the IT that performed today. Slightly on the HDFC group, otherwise Reliance down and almost all others are down, so that's why we ended up flat. No? None of the giants other than the ID supported the market. ID moved up for 1% in the short term. It's in the bullish on short term, made it up. You can pick up the stocks, right? Metal is 1% down, auto is 1% up, 7.7% up, pharma is 0.5% up, FMCG is 0.2% up, reality is 1% down. So it's pharma is showing some bullishness, auto also is showing bullishness, and FMCG is slight bullishness, but reality and metal is kind of down. But the thing is, only IT is bullish as you know from the momentum perspective, because all others are sideways movement on the short term. So you just have to wait. IT, even pharma also is bullish in the short term, but weekly is still in the sideways zone, so it makes more sense to wait for the weekly also to catch up in momentum before we can pick up the stock. So pharma and IT is doing good, others are all sideways. The institutional participation data for today is not available, but yesterday also it was selling from the Fyers and buying from the DI side. No, so if I selling continues today also most likely it could have happened, but a small quantity since the market held the expiry levels. So USD you can see that it is dipping, and as we expected it is coming towards the 74.5 kind of levels, and so that's a major support zone. Most likely it will not go below the 74.34 kind of level. So it is a big correction, failure of after hitting the channel top and breaking out and then failing that, right? That's because the dollar index, you cannot say that's because it many other factors also, because this is currency pair that is traded in the NSE, and this is dollar interest more relevant to the European market. So, but still it may impact a little bit. But basically, if you see that the dollar has been consolidating after breaking out of the two major resistance zones previously, right? There's no big up move that has happened during the last several days or weeks. Crude oil has had cooled off today, but you can see that it has gone down to 65 levels and then moved up to 75 levels. Big up moves happened, but right now it's at resistance, so hopefully it may not. It may spend some time there at least. Gold, you can see that it had fallen down yesterday after an attempt to break out, and today it still continued to be taking the support at that famous, very long support zone. US markets yesterday Dow Jones closed slightly up, but no major moves on either side is seen on any of these markets as of now. This is S&P 500 and Nasdaq and FTSE CAC Chinese market, CACs, and all of this. You'll have to see these levels appropriately the next day on the trading day. Also watch these checks if there is big moves happen. No big moves, then it cannot really impact the trading in our market. Actionables, two of them, both from the IT sector. One is it's a technology, it's having a rounding pattern, good volumes and breakout momentum, and then good trend indications. And it is we have to take the trend with a stop loss at this zone, and when there is a breakout that is confirmed above this. This is a W pattern that you see in the core 4 limited. That's also in the IT sector. Sector is bullish, model is bullish on the short term and medium term, and trend is also bullish. Good volumes above moving average and a pattern kind of breaking out. So take the trade only if you see a confirmed green above this, and then put this as a type stop loss. That's two actionables. This is a wrap up the Nifty and the Bank Nifty once again another perspective. So we can see that it is consolidating, closing lower but forming dojis in this scene as has to because of the channel top. So once it breaks out and moves above this zone of previous swing high, then we can say that reversal happened. Bank Nifty is in bad shape. The gap has to be filled. Gap and moving average is at one single point. So the moment it breaks out of this, we can say Bank Nifty is bullish, and also that time the moment will come to the sideways. So that's the time when marks will turn. So the probabilities remain the same. The mild bearish sideways view for the short term is what remains there because of the price pattern, the support resistance levels, and the momentum bearish trend and all, and the constitutional sells. Right? Institutional selling continues, and so these are the reasons why there is no other view other than bearishness. Mild bearish is because it's not breaking down. There is no Bollinger Bands is showing a consolidation, and Nifty had recovered, and then not cracking down. So indecisiveness is there. Right? Does not indicate there is a it can move either way. Basically, so it's at a critical point of change in trend. So to remember that the trend is bearish on continue to be bearish as per the BADX indicator on daily as well as weekly on the Nifty and the Bank Nifty. So that's a concern that has to change. And when that change, all of this will change. The momentum of the Bank Nifty will move sideways. On the bearish zones, Nifty will break out of the channel top, break out of the lower high, all this will happen. So let me just wait for that. Volatility based option trading 15-20 levels are maintained. It is right now at the lower levels, so it could mean revert and go upwards. Positive strategies for positional option strategies can be applied. Right, but last week of the month with less volumes, vacation times, volatility may be increasing. Still, we are around 1,000 points down from the all-time high, so quality stocks may still be available at reasonable price for long-term investment. Short-term opportunities of short selling options strategies can be applied with bear spreads and vertical spreads can be applied. That opportunities could come in, right? So you'll have to wait for that, and then don't go for naked trades and positional naked trades without so you might get surprises, right? Intraday opportunities also can be choppy because of the volatility VIX levels, VIX price, and then so you'll have to check the candles and accordingly trade based on when the reversal price action reversal indications has to be observed before you can trade intraday in this volatile market. So that's a wrap up from my side. If it helps you to form your view for tomorrow and also your trade plan, then consider hitting the like button and sharing to others. Thanks for watching. Happy trading, happy learning. Bye.